I know the guys that are whose names are on the board. I feel pretty good about what I've heard medically with them. I know they're smart guys. Some of them have played for us, so I think we're going to have a chance to be good. Tim, one thing that stands in my mind was Tim missed time for a while early last season. I remember when he first came back, it was his first practice back. And he looked a little tender still on his ankle. We had a beat the clock period, like a 2-minute drill at the end of practice. And Tim made 2 unbelievable catches. He still looked like he was being careful with his feet, but I know he can catch the football. They were really unbelievable, natural catches. One was on the sideline, I can remember, and one was for a touchdown right at the back end line. And I remember thinking before practice, how is Tim? How natural is he? He's really a natural catcher. I know he's fast, and all I can say is when I see him jogging around in his rehab, he's looking better all the time. In my mind, Tim isn't the same veteran that Chris Bird is, just because since I've been here he hasn't played as much as Chris. But maybe he's half a veteran, because he has played in games before I was here. He played a little bit for us. I expect that with how Tim's been sitting around, sitting in meetings, participating as much as he can, I think he has great growth potential as a wide receiver. Tim, I'm excited. I think he can be explosive, and I think he's a competitor. I'm excited to be around him. Well, it's done a couple things. Number one, it's helped our evaluation of the tight ends and backs, because we've really worked hard in practice to involve more tight ends and running backs in the passing game, because our receiver numbers are low. So, but at this point, by the end of the spring, realistically, if we put 3 and 4 wide receivers on the field, we wouldn't get through practice probably. So it has helped with our tight ends, I believe. It's also hurt at times. The hookup that you have to have between the quarterback and the receivers. We have 2 rules for the receivers: be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there, and never fool the quarterback. And obviously they got a lot of things they got to know, but those are the overriding rules. And when the guy isn't out there practicing, it's hard. Now the first day he comes out, it's hard to judge depth when you're running full speed. It's hard to be in the right spot. And so there'll be some makeup time when all those guys come back. The ones like Chris Bird and Matt Snyder, and even to some degree Tim Smith, who have played before, I think they'll make it up fast. The new ones are going to have to learn, and they'll decide how fast they can do it. I believe he can. And I'll say this: I watched our longest this morning. I watched our longest pass plays from scrimmage last year, and 2 of the long ones were Matt Snyder against Georgia Tech. Matt Snyder has yet to be accused of being a deep threat, but he caught 2 passes over 40 yards against. So there are a lot of ways to be a deep threat. The easiest one is if you're just so fast you can run past them. And I agree with you. I think Tim has the chance to be that. We'll find out. We'll find out. Well, some things we'll probably be able to discuss again after we spend some time as a staff reviewing it all. I would not use the word disappointed. I think we competed really well. I thought today guys were in position to compete. All 4 of them got some reps today. It wasn't all equal, but I thought they competed really well. I've seen them get better and better, and sometimes even as a coach, when you're with them every day, you got to step back, as I have, and watch every one of a certain guy's throws from the beginning of the spring to the end in order. And when you see them come along, because sometimes when you're coaching them every day, it doesn't show up to you like that, but then when you step back, you really can see it. And I know we've come a long way. I think we're on track. I definitely feel the pressure to move faster, if that's the question you were asking. I wish we were moving faster, but I've probably always wished that. So even when I've been in a situation with a returning starter, I want him to get better faster. So I wish we had moved faster. I think we're able to pinpoint the things that are most important to do next to speed it up. And I really have great confidence in these guys, who they are, and the fact that we'll get there. There have been days where I've come off the field and watched the practice video and thought, okay, a certain guy has made a move today. And then the next day, So, I hate to say he takes a step back, but he makes a couple errors, and another guy makes a move, and I thought, gosh, just when we thought we'd get that. So to me, competition is the key. And then with these guys, with the kind of people they are in our room, it's really positive, and they're pushing each other. They all want to play. They all want to be the starter, and that's how you want them. And at the same time, I think they all have the right kind of relationship, that they support each other, and we try to create it as a group, and hopefully we're all going forward at a real fast pace. But so the positives are the competition remains, and you keep the pressure on. On game day, they're out there in front of all those people in an away game, and it's going to be loud. I mean, there's pressure, and so if competition creates a little pressure here, then hopefully that just helps prepare them for what the season will be. If it's youth, it doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do about that. That's. I believe they'll all be better quarterbacks 2 years from now. But we're where we are today. That's it, and we got to deal with it. So I don't even give it a second thought, Jamie. You just got to keep going.